Hey there, this is Jenna from Spiritually Savage, and I am a card reader, medium, psychic, channeler, spiritual guide, mentor, coach, whatever you like to call us. I wanted to do a full moon reading because the full moon is today. And so I wanted to talk about what's coming in and what's going on, because I'm noticing that a lot of you guys are having the root chakra issue, looking for identity, feeling unstable, unsafe, ungrounded. So let's talk about what this full moon is going to be bringing in and what we can expect from it. This is going to be a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you are looking for a private reading or insight on your spiritual journey, or help with you trying to find your spiritual gifts, help to try to learn how to listen to your soul and not overthink, then you need to hit my scheduler. The link is below, and you can book all of that stuff all at one time. And if you have questions, you can always hit me on one of my other socials or email me, and I will get back with you. So let's see what this full moon is bringing in, because I am seeing a lot of weird pieces of the puzzle coming in, and I think a lot of you are too, because a lot of you are noticing some signs and movement in the physical that you hadn't noticed before, or I think that you guys are just becoming more aware of how to see the signs. And a lot of times you were second guessing yourself and saying, were those signs? And the bottom line is, if you notice them, they were for you and they were a sign. You don't have to look for them. You don't have to look for specific numbers. The numbers that you need will show up. You don't have to look for specific spirit totems or signs or words, because what you're looking for is not necessarily what the universe wants to say to you. So just pay attention, keep your eyes open, keep your heart open. And if you noticed it, it was a sign and it was for you. Just like with these readings, you take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So if it stuck out to you, then it was for you. Just because I said it didn't mean that it was specifically about you. I have people say all the time, that are clients and stuff like that, was that about me? It might not have been about you, but clearly your soul tapped on you, and it tapped on something that was for you. So just because something that somebody else says offends you or triggers you doesn't mean that it's about you, but it definitely means that your soul is tapping on you right then to let you know that this is for you and that this is where to dig in next. What people say is about them. What you understand is about you. So you need to understand that we all look through the goggles. If people make comments and stuff like that, I hear it projected all the time, like, that was about me. I know it was. I saw it on so-and-so's Facebook from blah, 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 blah. Even if it was about you specifically, doesn't mean that you have to intake it that way, because if people say you're a liar and you're not a liar, then you just don't respond to it because you're not bothered by it, because you know that's not who you are. So if you are bothered by it, then it might be something you need to heal, that you don't worry about what people think about you or have insecurities around who you are. By the way, before I get started, I just want to say thank you for my amazing shirt and my amazing earrings to Jenny. I appreciate it so much, and I love them a lot. So I wanted to shout her out for a minute. I know she's watching, so I love you. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate it. And you, period. Everything. Okay, so let's pull and see what this full moon is bringing in. Let's see what we're going to get from this collectively and what we can expect. Talk to us about the full moon and the energy that it brings, and what kind of transition and changes we're going to be working with. All right. So the first one is the thinker. We've been really in our heads for a really long time. There are a lot of people on this channel specifically, and who reach out to me, who have a difficult time determining what is their soul voice and what is their head voice, their brain, their programming, their ego, whatever word you want to use for it. I use the word programming because I find the word ego is very confusing. Ego is a psychological word, and here in spirituality, a lot of us spiritualists, like a lot of people who are new to spiritualism are being taught buzzwords that are just used to make yourself sound smart and trigger people. A lot of these people who are not really in this for the journey, but are in this for the money-making aspect of it, are using these trigger words to pull you in. Narcissism, empath, ego, shadow work, all those trigger, twin flame is another one. All these things are being used for specific purposes just to get you to buy into their programs, buy into their thinking, buy into this, pay them money. There's a serious lack of understanding about what a lot of these words are and what they actually mean, because we're watering them down and using them for our own purposes. People are refusing to heal from trauma because they believe that they're empaths and what they feel is what they're supposed to feel. People are refusing to move forward because they believe they're being victimized by energy vampires or narcissists or all this other stuff. These things are for lessons, and you need to understand that as long as you focus on those things, then you're missing what the healing is. Everything that happens in your life is about you, and it's about your healing, and it's about you moving forward. And while you're blaming and pointing at other people and pointing out what you think their part in this is, you are not getting what you're supposed to be getting. And that is, if they're in your energy at all, then that's what you're doing. You've allowed it. Doesn't matter why you've allowed it. You've allowed it. And you are not giving from overflow. You are using them as much as they are using you, because now you're using them as an excuse not to move forward. Before, you were using them to fill a void. I have to fix this person. I have to help this person. I have to awaken this person. I need to convince this person of my value so they treat me better. All of those are your own personal needs, and you were using them to try to fulfill them, and now you're angry because they didn't. Doesn't matter what they did. We're talking about your own accountability in the situation. If you are healing and well-balanced, those things don't show up in your life anymore because you've learned boundaries enough where that shit is repelled. Like, you don't entertain it. Like, narcissists show up and people always go, I attract narcissists or I attract toxic people. No, you don't. Narcissists and toxic people they're not picky. They show up in everybody's lives. You just entertain them. You allowed it. They show up in everybody's lives. They're opportunists. They come to everybody. So when they show up in your life, if you allow them to stay, then they stay. If you don't, they keep moving and find somebody who will. So if they show up in your life, that is your sign that you're entertaining them. Stop entertaining them and they'll move along. I don't have room for that in my life. Because I don't give them what they want, they just move along. They don't have time to do that kind of challenge. Sounds like a lot of work. Okay? They want somebody that's going to accept the challenge of trying to change them. That's what they want. So stop being that person. You don't want certain seeds to grow. Don't be fertile ground for that seed. Okay? Work on you. If you have the right consistency to be fertile ground for that, you need to add something in. Like in composting, you're like, do I need more of this? Do I need more of that? Do I need more of this nutrient? And do I need more of that? It's all about you tending your own soil and becoming fertile soil for what you want to grow there, not for what you don't. So with this, it's overthinking. There's been a lot of in my head, but not in my body action. I've learned all these things, but I have not put them into action. Or I know I'm doing wrong. I know I'm not doing what my soul is leading me to do. I know I'm feeding this situation. I had a conversation earlier where somebody said to me that, they just needed time. Change takes time. And I said, no. When you tell a child no, to stop this behavior immediately or they're going to harm themselves, you expect them to stop it. And you get frustrated when they don't stop it. But as an adult, we go, I'm doing this to harm myself and other people in my life, but change takes time. No, it doesn't. You make the decision to change and then you stop feeding what you don't want. Okay? You know, you've seen that post. We have 2 wolves in our lives. Which ones are we feeding? In our lives, most of the time, the wolf is fear. One is fear and one is courage. And whenever you find yourself in a situation where you want to do something and then the fear creeps in and you go with what the fear is, you're feeding the fear. Stop feeding the fear immediately. Recognize which animal you're feeding and stop it right then. And then the next time that other decision comes up, you go, what am I feeding? Am I feeding my fear or am I feeding my courage? If I'm feeding my fear, stop it. That's not the direction I'm going to go. That's how you make decisions. Right there. Am I feeding my fear or am I feeding my courage? It's that simple. What do you want to feed? Do you want to keep feeding your fear? Feed it. You'll be stuck forever. It's okay. It's your life. You do what you want with it. But get out of your head. And if you don't know how to get out of your head, hire a mentor. Reach out to a mentor. And do it. Because sometimes we can't see our own bullshit. Oftentimes we can't see our own bullshit. If it was easy for us to do, if we were meant to do it alone, then everybody would be able to do it. There would be no stuck people. It'd be easy. Okay? So we're getting out of this thinker mode and getting into our body. Because we're headed towards our treasure. There's so much going. We see the treasure. We've been thinking about it for a long time. We see it. The thinker is 4-4. It's 8. 8 is abundance. We want to head towards our treasure. We've been thinking about it for so long. Thinking about it for so long. We want to get there now. We want to get there. So now we've got a leg up. It's coming in. We gotta pick our feet up and get there. The universe is going to give us a boost. We've just got to take it. The universe is bringing some things up in your life right now that are letting you know that it's time to go. They're shaking you up a little bit, shaking your foundation. Self-awareness is a thing. You know, self-awareness is a thing. You ever try to deny something and then you noticed in your denial to the, you know, in a situation, you start word vomiting all these reasons that, you know, it was you in the first place? You know, that's when we need to understand, oh shit, maybe there's a point to this. Okay? Self-awareness, it's a thing. Be able to dig deep and be okay. All right? Dig deep and let the universe give you a boost because it's coming. This full moon is going to help, but you have to let it help you. Do you understand? Some of you have had some really pointed situations that just screamed at you, it's time to change. It's time to change. And you're still, you know, baby steps. I'm going to do this way. No, it's time to pull the trigger. When you pull the trigger, it happens all at once, right? We can hesitate, but once we pull the trigger, it's done. Okay? It's time to pull the trigger. We've been thinking about it for a long time. We know it's the right thing to do. Time to pull the trigger. Let's give us some insight on what this moon is going to bring in and these changes. What are we getting? What is helping us fix our roots? What is helping us lay our roots? I don't know if you can hear that or not, but like my son's father is weed whacking. So if you can hear it, I apologize, but life goes on around here and we're real people and we do real shit. He is right under my window, so we do real shit around here. You know? Still have to take care of the 3D bullshit. It's alright. That's one of the reasons why I try to strive on my channel not to look cute all the time, not to do my hair, not to put makeup on, not to worry about my background, because I want you to know that there's real shit that goes on. This is the real deal. This is still 3D. Okay? We need to rise above, but we still gotta be us. Authenticity. Isn't that what I talk about all the time? Integrity. Alright, let's see what the cards have to say. Messages from the universe for somebody that is watching. let everybody that's watching be able to take something from this. But let's talk about what this full moon is bringing in. We got some changes. Woo! Yeah, look at this. All right. Oh, yeah. What our first thing is our 9 of Cups. We are throwing caution to the wind. The universe is gifting you your desires, manifesting your dreams. We have thrown these manifestations out and they have come back. Guess what? They're showing up en masse. We just have to accept them. They're showing up. We're just going, oh shit, I don't know if I'm ready. Oh shit, I don't know if I can actually act on that. I wanted it. I asked for it. I secretly yearned for it. But now I actually have to act on it? My God, what's happening? It's abundance. It's everything you wanted. It's here. Fucking take it. So, you've manifested these things. You threw your manifestations out into the world, and they're coming back en masse. The universe is gifting you everything you've looked for, but you're afraid to take it. Because you're afraid of the conflict it'll cause. You wanted it. Now you have to know that it's worth it. Just so you know, if it showed up, it's worth it. And you already know it's worth it. And by the way, there is no such thing as not worth it when you manifested it because it's something you wanted. Okay? Something you wanted. There's something you yearned for. It's something you had the desire for strong enough and was your meant to be that the universe handed it to you. And if that's the case, then you need to stop fighting with yourself. Because here's the thing. The conflict with other people is not the problem. Okay? We deal with conflict all the time. We tell people to fuck off all the time. We do what we want sometimes. We don't care how it affects other people. You know why? Because we go, this is what I want. The problem is this. The conflict is not outside. The conflict is inside. You keep talking about the conflict that's going to be outside because you're afraid of the conflict that's inside. You're conflicted inside. You don't feel like you deserve this. You don't feel like you're worth it. You're holding yourself up because of other people. But the bottom line is that it's a whole lot easier to want something than it is to receive it. We fight success way more than we fight failure. You know why? Because failure is acceptable. Everybody fails. Success is harder to swallow. Because the more you have, the more you can lose, right? When you rather have it. If I have a lot of things that I can lose, then guess what? I have them. It's okay. I got to have them. That's what life is about. Having things. I don't mean physical things. I mean relationships, love, abundance, that feeling of joy. Sure, if you have joy, you can lose it, people say. No, you can't. Breed it inside. When you breed it inside and you root it within yourself, and this is, again, the root chakra, growing the safety and the joy and the fulfillment within you, then you get to enjoy things while you have them. And then if something happens to them, you understand that this is a growth period and you're supposed to let them go because better things are coming to take their place. To me, non-attachment and impermanence allows you to truly enjoy what you have while you have it. Thinking that things are permanent and having attachment to them actually lets you take them for granted. When you recognize that you have something and that it's impermanent and that it can be taken or leave at any time, it doesn't breed fear in me. It breeds appreciation. It breeds wanting to take care of that thing. It breeds wanting to enjoy that thing as much as possible. These are the things you need to instill in yourself because you recognize you can lose things. You recognize that, you know, and it doesn't breed fear. Like I said, appreciate it while you have it. You know, it's that simple. Nothing lasts forever. It's not supposed to. Okay, your soul, that's the only thing you have forever. All right. So next one's your Page of Wands. It is messages and signs from the universe of fire, abundance, your passion. Your wands are your fire. Their abundance, their passion, their desire, their all those, things that you want, creativity, the things that make you burn inside. These are all signs. You've been seeing the signs, things that will fan your flames. It is permission to dream and to accept these things. It's that sign to stop arguing with yourself and just embrace it, because this is your thing. This is the thing that lights the fire in you. This is the thing that makes your life worth living. This is the thing that just makes you you. This is the thing that speaks to that part deep inside of you that is you, that is your flame. Fan it. Because for so long right now, you've been living in boredom. You've been stuck and stagnant, living in the past, living in obligation, living in responsibility, knowing it's not where you're supposed to be, knowing that it's time to get out of it. You got the opportunity right now. The universe is gifting you everything that you were trying to manifest. You're holding you up. There is no such thing as you can't have something. If it's being held out to you, then you can have it. The only thing keeping you from having it is you. There is no other thing. You can list a million other things on the outside circumstances, but the bottom line is if you made the decision, then all of those things would not be a factor. You're making them a factor. You're making them a factor. Okay, so the common ground in all of these factors is you. If other people can look at them and go, oh, you can get around that. Oh, there's a way around that. Oh, no, I had the same issue, but I did it. You can do it. You're the factor. So it's time to make the decision, because it looks like there is some reservation. Some third-party situations. This is reversed because I feel like there's some third-party situations that need to go away. And not just romantic situations. These are friend group situations too. There are some reservations. You're moving into a friend group and you're worried about your other friends that don't fit you anymore. But they've always been there. They're your people, right? They're your people. They were your people. You've outgrown them. Your partners, you've outgrown them. This is about third-party situations, but there's one specific person that's listening that this is a job too. I have the opportunity to have my dream job, but I have obligation at this other job, and you've outgrown this job, or you were never supposed to be in it in the first place. It's not an opportunity. It's a dead end. And you know that. It's been sucking your soul for a really long time. And right now, with the way things are, there's more opportunity than ever for you as an employee. You have all the leverage. There's so many jobs out there that employers are begging people to have. So you need to stop. The reservation is you're taking on responsibility that is not yours. To hold this whole thing together, and once you leave, they're going to find another. They're going to find anybody to fill that spot, and it won't matter to them. So, you just need to leave. You already know. So that's for somebody specific. I know that's watching. But yeah, this is about leaving people behind and feeling guilty about that, or feeling like, they need you, or like they're going to be angry, and they may be angry, but their reaction is their own, their feelings are their own. So yeah, you've outgrown this. The universe is gifted and a reward to you for your work and for your awakening. And it's gifting you. You asked, and now you're receiving. And if you don't accept, just so you know, if you don't accept, don't ask the universe again for anything. Here's the thing. When you keep asking the universe for stuff and it gifts you the opportunity to have it, if you don't take it, the universe is not going to continue to gift you things. It just is what it is. It's like when you ask advice from the same friend all the time and they give you amazing advice and spend a lot of time with you and you never take their advice. After a time period, they're not going to invest in you anymore because you're not invested in you. And so the universe will do the same. The universe will recognize that you're not invested in you, and so it will stop exerting energy towards you. So you need to take what the blessings that you're given. Like if you really wanted something and you really ask for it and you put it out there and then somebody tries to give it to you and you say no, 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 no. Everybody in your circle is not only going to think you're an idiot, but they're also not going to understand and they're not going to invest in you. So you need to invest in you and show everybody around you and the universe that you're invested in you so they can all invest in you also. If you won't invest in you, if you don't find you important, then nobody else can either, okay? We teach people how to treat us by the way we treat us. And if we allow ourselves to be treated badly, then everybody else follows suit because we think that's how you want to be treated, okay? You are the most important person in your life. And if you don't find you valuable enough to treat well, there's a problem. And everything in your life needs to start there, okay? So let's usher in these changes and accept the things that the universe is offering us as rewards for our work. The universe is giving you a reprieve. It's giving you a reward, and you need to take it because this decision changes everything and it determines where your journey is going. From here on out, the universe has a totally different direction for you to go in, but if you don't take this opportunity now, then you can't have this new journey. You're going to be stuck with the same old journey until the universe circles back to you, or maybe never. So we're at a crossroads right now. So choose whether you're going to receive what you asked for or not, but do it quickly.